Sobek was the god of water, fertility, protection, strength, and crocodiles. He was usually depicted as a man with a crocodile head, or a full crocodile wearing a headdress with plumes and a sun disk. Sobek embodied the might and unpredictability of the Nile River and the crocodiles that ruled its waters. Sobek was a paradoxical god, both feared and loved. On one hand, crocodiles were deadly predators. Egyptians feared them and saw Sobek as a dangerous primal force, a god you didn't want to anger. On the other hand, crocodiles were fierce protectors of their young, and the Nile, which Sobek ruled, brought life to Egypt each year when it flooded and fertilized the land. So Sobek became a symbol of divine protection, strength, and regeneration. In one myth, Sobek created the Nile River from his sweat as he emerged from the primordial waters of chaos. When the world was new, Sobek rose from the waters, mighty and gleaming. As he roared with the power of creation, sweat poured from his body and flowed across the land, becoming the sacred river Nile. Because of this, Sobek was associated with fertility, the growth of crops, and the annual flood that allowed Egypt to thrive. Sobek was also seen as a protector of the king. Pharaohs aligned themselves with Sobek to show bravery and dominance. Some kings even adopted titles like Sobek the Mighty, or built temples in his honor. He was often invoked in times of war, when power and fearlessness were needed most. Worship of Sobek was especially strong in Fayum, ancient Shedit, known as Crocodilopolis by the Greeks, Kamambo, where a major temple was shared between Sobek and Horus the Elder. At these temples, priests kept live crocodiles in sacred pools. These animals were pampered, adorned with jewelry, and treated like gods. When they died, they were mummified with great ceremony and buried in sacred crocodile cemeteries. Though he was once feared, Sobek came to represent the power of nature as both destroyer and protector. He reminds us that sometimes the things we fear most are also the things we need most, like water, strength, and even predators.